Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, no, maybe. Testing the computer. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Own It. I need you guys to let me know if you can hear me okay, please. All right, I guess nobody's answering me, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me though? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for replying. Hi guys, welcome to Own It. Welcome so much. Welcome to this feature hour. So let's go to video intro. Hello, my loves, and welcome to Own It. First of all, I am so sorry. I want to apologize. There was some music in the background. I don't know what happened, but I apologize for that. The video intro is usually nice and clear for all of you. The sound was not the best today, but we'll do better next time. Thank you so much for tuning in, my loves. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for being with me in this featured hour here exclusively on the Meet Me app. And this is Own It. This is the show where me, that Cuban girl, I help you and I bring tips and tools that I've learned in the last 10 years in the entertainment industry to you guys so we can all learn together to be the best versions of ourselves, to be better hosts, to market ourselves better, to be better people, better individuals ultimately. And we do that by owning the uniqueness of who we are. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you all showing up today. Thank you so much for the love and the support. I have to give a couple of announcements before we start. The announcement number one is please remember this is a feature show, which means that, we have to be respectful of the app, respectful of the guests, respectful of me, so that means no profanity in the show or during the show. Announcement number two is please remain for the entirety of the show because we have two amazing guests today that I'm very excited to talk to. And these two guests are people that you know very well. Hopefully, if you're in the Meet Me community, you know exactly who they are. My first guest is Moore, and from Forgiveness Culture, and we're going to be talking to him just in just a few minutes. And my second guest is DJ Swift. And I'm sure you guys also know him as well. Two very different people that I'm super excited to get to know today, to kind of pick their brain, and hopefully all of us can learn a lot together, right? And with that, please, like I said, remain for the entirety of the show because I will be giving you the quote of the day, the tip of the day, and if my guests we can go back in the box together at the very end of the show for final thoughts. Also, as I do every single Tuesday here, as a thank you to you, whoever is my top supporter of the stream gets to become part of my bouncing community. So you will become my bouncer during the stream if you are my top gifter today. So thank you very much. Also, just so you guys know, I see all the comments. I am on a computer still, I know. I see all the comments, I see all the gifts, all the love, all the support. So please, I want to encourage you to join the conversation in the comment box, just to just talk with us. And if you have any questions or any comments, I will refer back to it if it makes sense for the show, of course. But if I don't refer back to it, I just want you to know I'm just trying to be respectful of my guests, because I do have to listen to them, and and kind of go back and forth with the conversation and be present, right? So I hope those were all my announcements. If you see me looking to the side, is because I do have my I script everything for the show, so I do have my notebook on the side. So I'm just referring back to my notes, okay? But today I have a very exciting show for you guys. And before I get started with everything officially, a reminder, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the stream. This is Own It. This is your featured hour every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, here exclusively on the Meet Me app with me, Cicely, aka that Cuban girl. You can connect with me on every social media platform. My Instagram is linked to my Meet Me. You can look for me on YouTube as that Cuban girl. And I do get back to everybody on my Instagram. So please, please, please connect, DM me. Let's converse on there. And this is Own It. So what is Own It, you might be asking? Well, for the last 10 years, I have been in the entertainment industry. I have modeled, I have done acting. I am currently a ring girl, and I'm a TV host. I do have a show on PBS coming out at the end of this year. Oh my gosh, we're in 2023 already. Happy New Year, my loves. So it's coming out at the end of this year, and I'm super excited about that. So I do a little bit of everything in the entertainment industry. And so my whole goal with the show, with Own It, is for me to be able to bring all that knowledge that I've acquired throughout the years to you on the Meet Me platform or on the streaming platform. And while I talk and interview, it's not really an interview, it's more like a conversation with my guests, just casually. Hopefully if you don't relate to me, you can relate to them. And the whole intention with this show is for all of us to become the best version of ourselves by owning the uniqueness of who we are. So today's topic is mindset. And I know I've done an episode on mindset before, but it was a while ago. We are already on episode 18, you guys. Can you believe that? That is not counting the feature shows. I did 6 before being featured, but it's been 18 episodes already. I cannot believe it. Time has flown by, but I love it. I love this community. Hi, Dar. And so I asked my guests today actually what they would be comfortable talking about, because I want everyone on here to feel like they're in a safe space to share exactly what they want to share, right? I'm not here to like make anybody talk about something they don't want to talk about. And they both agreed that mindset would be a great topic to talk about. So we are going to be giving tips on mindset, having conversations on mindset, but obviously the conversation always goes different places depending on the vibe and everything. So please make sure that you are conversing with us and being part of the conversation. So my first guest today, please request the box. He is a top streamer here on the app. He's a top streamer. He has a show called Forgiveness Culture. So please give a round of applause to more Mr. Abs or more.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you? You look so good.
Thank you, thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing amazing. I love how you're matching with the chair and everything.
I know, right? That wasn't intentional, but it does work.
I love that. Thank you so much, Matt, for being here. You're amazing. you're very well known around the app. So I was actually really excited. He's like, yeah, I am. I
Am
am.
I? Am I? Hopefully for good things.
So I was actually really excited to talk to you because not because you're well known around the app, but just because I love talking to different streamers, but also streamers that have a lot of experience on here and that have like a feature show and because I love helping other people like lift them up and kind of teach them the ropes and you know what I mean? So first of all, even though a lot of people probably know this about you, but like how did you get started on here?
Well, I like a lot of streamers got started kind of during the COVID area. Originally, I was on POF and I was on it for dating purposes, and I kind of saw the live feature and I played with it for a while, and then I got off the app for a brief minute, and then when I came back on, I joined the media side of things, and it was just a way, when we couldn't have the in-person
Canadians, I beg it to
connections that we wanted
me.
during
Canadians,
2020
I beg it to
to
me. Canadians, I beg it to
socialize, but
me.
also to meet new people. And then when
Americans too.
traction started going in my live community, I just kind of looked for a more purposeful direction with my live streams.
I love that. No, and I'm sorry about the audio. I think we're getting a little bit of a bug. I don't know if yes, but no, I love that. I love that because I've heard that story before where like a lot of people start on here for dating purposes and see like my story is completely different. I did not get started, not even during the pandemic or for dating purposes. So I love talking to like other streamers and how they got started. So you wrote on your bio that you work you didn't specifically say what you work on, but you do it like charity events, or correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I work with youth and families. I'm not as I used to be more specific with that, but just due to privacy purposes, I don't really go in specifically to what I do anymore, just because I've had some negative experiences with that. But I have a long history working with at-risk youth and families in need.
That's amazing. I totally understand the whole privacy thing. Don't worry. But I love that. How did that passion of yours start?
Well, I was kind of a troubled kid growing up. A lot of people might be a little surprised by that, but I kind of struggled fitting in and kind of finding my way. And as a kid, I was kind of troubled because I had a hard time connecting and relating with others and caused a whole bunch of just problems at school, problems at family, problems with friends. And it was something that just kind of got worse and worse and worse until my teenage years, until I found faith. But when I kind of turned my life around, I realized that I wanted to kind of help people who may be struggling in similar ways that I was, and be a connection for those who may feel like they don't have anybody else.
So is that how your show Forgiveness Culture kind of gets started?
Well, I was inspired by a charity based in the UK called the Forgiveness Project, and I don't know if anyone's ever heard, or if anyone else has heard of those old Chicken Soup for the Soul books that had a compilation of different stories. The Forgiveness Project does something very similar, but with their book, and they also have a podcast and a website, and they travel to mental health conferences all over the world. They share stories of radical forgiveness, people forgiving for, I mean, just very radical and extreme things. And we're talking about family members of murder victims. We're talking about survivors of assault. I just think that forgiving is such underrated and kind of glossed over.
But who's not trying to watch the budget, especially after the holidays? And you can take advantage of the great deals over WUPS.com. That'll take you over to Discover Michigan.com. Deals from the Central Lower to the UP discount.
Residents.
Suburbs.
You guys,
I can't work
that's okay. These are things that happen when you're live. So we'll just continue. So then more. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. If you're just tuning in, this is Own It with that Cuban girl, me. This is the show where every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, we talk about owning the uniqueness of who you are. And the way we do this is very simple. I have two amazing guests every single Tuesday, and we all share our struggles, our stories, our streaming stories, and how everything comes together in order for us to own who we are. Every single Tuesday, I have a topic for the week specifically, and today's topic is mindset. So I am now talking to Moore, who is a top streamer. You guys probably know who he is. And I appreciate y'all for being here, by the way. Thank you for commenting, for please favor him, check out his streams, do all the things, stay in touch with us. So what you were saying more about the book, The Chicken Soup for the Soul, I read it when I was a teenager, and it really changed my life as well. And I love that you're bringing that plus your faith and all the other stuff to the platform in order to inspire, because I have seen it here too, where like people want to connect and people want like authentic connections, right? At least in my experience, right? And so I think that's super important that you're bringing that here. When it comes to your mindset, because it's the topic of the day, right? What are the things that you have had to like shift in your mind when it comes to I guess bringing your real life into and the streaming world and combining those two worlds together?
Sure. Well, I'm a very big believer in what's called the Gestalt concept of being, which says that we are a sum of the parts. What we are more than just the sum of the parts. And when you boil that down to, without getting too academic on it, it means that we are nothing more than a collection of the decisions that we make. There are no good people. There are no bad people. Good people are good because they make good choices. Bad people are bad because they make bad choices. If you're a dishonest person, it's because you don't tell the truth. If you're an honest person, it's probably because you're truthful. So while that may seem kind of simple and basic, it's actually really quite powerful when you think about it, because that means that if I don't like who I am, or I'm not satisfied with who I am, I just have to make different choices to become the person that I want to be. And it doesn't matter how early in life, how late in life you do. It doesn't matter how bad the decisions you made or how good the decisions you make. By having that Gestalt mindset, as I like to call it, and as I like to subscribe to it, it really puts us in the driver's seat. And it doesn't matter, like I said, how far along in life you are. I work in criminal justice, and I see people who are serving life in prison for murder. And they come to a breaking place. They hit a rock bottom, and they really turn their lives around. And some of these people, they go on to find faith or a new purpose, and they help others who are coming into the criminal justice system, and maybe they're not on life sentence, but they pour into these these new offenders to try to kind of make a difference. So that should be hugely inspirational, because most of us are not murderers. So if someone who has committed a murder can turn their life around and become a better person and change the trajectory of their life, all of us can as well. And that really, I try to keep that mindset, because I'm one of those kind of people I'm very, very quick to beat myself up. If I make a mistake, I can forgive others all day long. I can forgive you. I mean, no problem. But when it comes to myself, I have such a high standard and high, self-actualized concept of myself that it's so easy for me to beat myself up. But when I remind myself, hey, listen, you may have done X, Y, and Z, but hey, tomorrow you can do A, B, and C and put yourself on a whole new direction. That really gives us a lot of power.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, I can so relate to all of that, because I used to be the assistant to a criminal psychologist, and I used to like write her reports. Well, not, I used to dictate, she used to dictate her reports to me. I didn't write them, but it was like so, yeah, like you really start to really appreciate the life that you have. And something that I heard from Ed Milet, Ed Milet is a big inspirational, motivational person that I admire a lot. He says this thing always, that it's like, just one more day, do it for one more day. Or like people who are suffering from like depression, it's like, stay one more day. And I love that philosophy of life, right? Because it's all about your mindset, and it's all about really making different choices. And for me, when you know, every single day that we're alive, we have the opportunity to make different choices for our life. And that is simple. That's mindset, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely, and there's and while that seems so basic, it really is powerful that you are not defined by who you've been. You are defined today by who you've been, but who you are defined in the future will be determined by how you are going forward today and tomorrow. And that, just like I said, that really puts us in the driver's seat, and it allows us to chart our own course.
Hi guys, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is Own It. This is your featured hour with me, that Cuban girl, that happens here exclusively on the, well, I guess not just on the Meet Me app, on POF, etc., etc. Every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. This is the show where we learn how to own the uniqueness of who we are, and I do that by talking to my guests for the week and having a topic for the day, and just inspiring, and so we can all become the best versions of ourselves, right? I see you all. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Please make sure you favor my guests. Make sure that you give them love. You stay up with their streams and everything they're up to, their Instagrams, whatever it may be, because this is what we're here for, especially feature shows. I believe that we're here to bring everybody together, the community together, and connect with one another. So please feel free to connect outside of here in all the other platforms as well. So today we're talking about mindsets, and a question I wanted to ask you more, which, by the way, thank you for everything you're like telling us today, because you're so knowledgeable. So if you could say anything to like you 5 years ago, just 5 years ago, when it comes to mindset or anything else, I guess, what would you tell yourself?
I would say try. It's very hard to do this, but I would say young Matthew, young Moore, try to spend a little less time on beating yourself up over your mistakes, and try to step back and what I can learn from it. Because we very rarely learn from our successes. We really learn the most from our failures. And I think that I have a strong history of just kind of soaking and saturating myself in my mistakes, and beating myself up, and just really kind of like I said, just kind of saturating myself in that, instead of like stepping outside and going, whoa, that was bad, you effed up, but what can you do next time? Because if you're so focused on, oh my God, I can't believe I did this, I suck, I'm this, I'm that, oh my God, you're gonna just repeat the same patterns. And you're not only are you gonna repeat the same patterns, but you're gonna feel even worse because you're making the same mistake. And it never. I would also say, if you're making the similar mistakes, and I would tell this to my younger self, go see a counselor. There's no shame in talking to someone who with some professional insights, who can maybe tweak your brain a little bit to see and envision things a little bit differently. And I think for me, that's really kind of helped me in areas where I haven't been able to help myself.
Oh, yeah. And I am so with you on all of it. Sunny said, our own worst critic. I am too. I am guilty of that, especially in the later years, because I believe that the older we get, in my experience, the more critical we become, because I think we want to achieve more and we want more impact. And so a lot of times I'm guilty of like not really seeing the things I'm actually achieving and doing right. And so one of my goals this year, it's not a goal, one of the things I started doing this year is I bought a notebook specifically just for my 2023 achievements. So every week, I divided the notebook in, January and like 4 weeks. And the last week I wrote my achievements, because at the end of the year I want to actually look back and pat myself in the back and say you did all these things, because a lot of times we don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. Yeah, so thank you guys for being here. And I see all the comments. I appreciate you all for being here. More, I would love, I don't know if you have time, but I would love to bring you back in the box at the end of the show. But for now, please plug in your show. Anything you want to tell everybody?
Yeah, my name is More Miserab. I host a show here on the app called Forgiveness Culture, where we have guests who share testimonies testimonies of overcoming struggles and triumphs over hurt. Forgiveness, when you break it down to it, forgiveness is nothing more than breaking the cycle of hurt. So we explore how to do that. We explore the peace that can be found in forgiveness, the power that can be found in forgiveness. And in my normal live streams, we just have a place where everybody can feel comfortable to be themselves. Thank you, Tani, and just feel home. And it doesn't matter what you believe or what who you align yourself with. You'll always have a home in my live stream, and you'll always feel valued. And I think that's really, really important.
I love that. And I'm actually excited to be a guest on your show. I still have 2 more months to go, but
Yeah, I have a tendency to plan my show way far in advance.
no, I love that. I love that. Also, before I let you go for a second, why is your name More Miserable?
Okay, this is very. There's not really a good reason. So I'm a big fan. Thank you, Tony. I'm a big fan of the play Les Miserables, and it's really just a play on words. I love that play, and so when I was creating a profile on POF way back in the day, it was a play on words because Les Miserables looks like less miserables. So I was like, well, I'm gonna make it more miserables, and it was something really silly. And if I could, I'd probably change my name, but it's just been my name for so long that that's just who I am now.
That sounds amazing. I still have some more questions for you, but I'm gonna let you go for now so we can save those for a little later. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna see you in a bit, okay? You guys, welcome to Own It. Welcome to your feature hour with me, that Cuban girl, that happens here online on the streaming platform every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being here, but don't go anywhere because we're not done yet. We're only halfway, maybe not even halfway through the show, okay? So I still have more surprises for you guys, more things coming. But thank you for tuning in, for being here, for taking your time out of your day to watch us, to interact with us. My name is Cicely, and I go by that Cuban girl. And a little bit about me is I have been in the entertainment industry for the last 10 years, modeling. I'm a former Miss Cuba. I am a ring girl for boxing. I am a TV host. I have a show coming out in the PBS network at the end of this year. And this is actually my dream. My goal is to host a TV show. So please help me. Let's all manifest that for me, right? So thank you for being here. I love doing the show. The intention behind Own It is for us to help each other, right? Own the uniqueness of who we are. For a long time, I lacked confidence. For a long time, I didn't believe in myself. For a long time, I didn't think I was good enough. And it's something that I still work through every single day. It gets easier with the years as I get older, right? But it's something that I struggled a lot with. So in this show, in Own It, we talk about different topics every week. We talk about confidence, mindset. Like today, we're talking about mindset. We talk about marketing, branding, how to be a better host, and you name it. Please, also, if you have any ideas for the show, make sure you connect with me on Instagram and you shoot me a DM because I do answer everybody. It might take me a day or so, but I do answer everyone on Instagram. I want to remind you that this is a feature show, so please show love to my guests. They're amazing people, and listen to their stories. And if you if you are my top supporter of the stream, then you will become my bouncer for the week, okay, from today on till next Tuesday. So I want to thank you for being here, and without further ado, I'm going to give you the quote of the day. The quote of the day, it's something that I heard and I really loved because, I don't know, I just loved it. It's something that I've experienced. And it says, instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your mindset and energy into what you can create. So I'm going to repeat it. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your mindset and energy into what you can create. And I love that quote because when it comes to mindset, it's all about shifting our thoughts, shifting our belief systems, shifting our habits. It's all about shifting. So when I read this quote and I heard it, being about shifting your mindset and your energy. It's something that I 100% can relate, and that's something that I would tell anybody when it comes to mindset and changing habits, especially we're in a new year. I'm sure a lot of you guys have, new year resolutions or goals. Mike says focusing on solution 100%. Don't worry, be happy. Yes, like you just have to shift the way you think about things and focus on a solution and in a different way to go about things. So please, my next guest, request the box. I hope he's here. I haven't seen him. Is he here? Oh yeah, he is here. Please request the box. And you guys, I do want to remind you to please stay towards the end of the show, because I have a couple of things that are happening. Besides making one of you my bouncer for the week, also we have the tips of the day. And at the very end of the show, I'm going to be bringing both my guests back in the box for final questions, final thoughts, or even if you guys have Q&As in the comments, we can all like open the floor for you guys. Okay. So my second guest, my next guest, he's someone that I can relate with, because even though we do different things, we've also been in the entertainment industry. So his name is DJ Swift, and he is one of the most renowned DJs and radio hosts in Washington, D.C. He has worked with Ludacris and Sean Paul, amongst many other celebrities. So I'm really excited to talking to him. He's also, of course, a streamer. So welcome, DJ Swiftian.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing amazing. Welcome to Own It. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I was really excited to having you on the show, because if I'm being completely honest, I know nothing about you except what you wrote me in the bio.
Okay.
And there's like a couple of reasons why I do this. I like to have like very conversations that flow, right? I don't like to know too much about my guests, but I really am excited because you are also in entertainment, and even though we do different things, you also have a little bit more of the outside entertainment experience that you're bringing to the streaming app.
Yes.
So how did you, and I love asking everyone this question because just out of curiosity, how did you begin like streaming on here?
Um, I said pandemic. The pandemic brought me on here. So actually, a friend was telling me about. I'm on the Meet Me side, so somebody told me about Meet Me, and I just came in, saw it, hit the live button, saw people streaming. And I was like, oh, this is it's cool, entertaining. Obviously, coming from the industry, my thought process behind it is like I want to see the entertainment, like the featured shows. And when I started streaming, so this is pandemic was 2020, so it's almost 3 years now. Um, so that brought me on, and I would just go into people's streams, and then the pandemic kept happening. So then I was like, you know what? I actually saw somebody else DJing, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can DJ on here. Like, why not? Like, why not? I'm in the house. So I started to take advantage of that. And then it just went from there. I do a whole bunch of graphics on the screen. So I didn't set up today for that, because I said, you know what, I'm just gonna sit in front of the camera. I was told to just to sit in front of this camera. Uh, don't do nothing extra. Just keep it simple.
I'm
So
so I'm so jealous of like the streamers, jealous in like the best way, the streamers who have like all the graphics and all the cool stuff going on, because I'm very basic when I stream, as you can tell. Like I'm not a very technologically advanced person. And one of my best friends here, Legend, he's like really great at all these graphics. And he's always telling me, you should always try to make your stream better and look for, and I'm like, yeah, I know. But like, can I do that by like just being me? Because
no, exactly. I mean, I would say I'm not a tech person. Everything that I do now in the live stream, it's self-taught. Like I've just taught myself, and I've just tried to continue to advance myself. I have wonderful people in my corner to push me, inspire me to be creative in what I'm doing. So
I love that. So, guys, by the way, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. This is Own It. Welcome to Own It. This is our featured hour every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you. I appreciate all the gifts, the support, the hearts, the favorites. Please favor my guests. Thank you for showing support on during the show. It doesn't go unnoticed. And quick reminders: whoever's my top gifter of the stream gets to be my bouncer for the next week, which is just my way of saying thank you to you, as long as it goes well, of course. And then please stay because we're going to be giving the tips of the day, and I'm going to be bringing more back, more Misra back in the box for final thoughts. So right now we're talking with DJ Swift, and he's a very renowned DJ in the Washington D.C. area. Who's also very good at inspiration, mindset. I mean, your admin told me all of that.
Yeah, so I guess when it comes to the mindset, I've been DJing now 20 years. So and I've just grown over time. So again, we share something in the same kind of that same ballpark of being in the entertainment industry. And I actually do boxing events as well. If I can plug one time, I have an event coming in the Baltimore area, February 18th at Casino Live, and that's going to be a professional boxing event with Jetta Promotions. So I do that. But when it comes to the mindset, it starts with your consistency. If you're not going to be, you have to be consistent with whatever goal that you're looking to achieve. Don't know where this quote is from, but you can dream. Dreams are dreams. Goals are goals. We put action behind goals. We can continue to dream, but the action comes behind the goal. Those goals and plans that we're setting for ourselves. So I would say when it comes to the streaming world, again, I mentioned my team. Like I have Sunny, she's my admin. I have my brother Prime. He's in the comments too. Prime has been with me since the beginning when I first started streaming and trying to do this DJ thing, and then doing the graphics, and it just wasn't working. And we spent hours and hours just trying to troubleshoot, which comes back to that consistency part. There's plenty of times where I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I'm tired of this. I don't want to do it right now. I'll just say, you know what, I'll take a break. But something that sits with me. I'm a single father. My daughter came home from college and she told me, she's like, Dad, a lot of people like you, but why don't you do more? I'm like, you got a good point, especially when I'm telling her this. I'm like, hey, you got to do more. One of the things I told my daughter, because she plays sports as well, is that she played basketball. So I told her, like, hey, we got to go out and practice. Like, you have to practice your skill. You can't walk on the court and think you're going to be LeBron James and just, or Steph Curry hitting threes. We have to actually practice what we do so we can continue to get better. And then also accept that feedback, that criticism. So I tell Sunny, Prime, I think Candy's in the comments, like, I talk to them. I say, hey, give me feedback on what else I can do better, because I'm always wanting to expand and be better coming to the streaming world.
100%. We're connected because actually the tips that I'm going to be giving shortly, I took them from Kobe Bryant. And the reason I did this is because I really admire athletes. I'm around a lot of athletes because of the boxing thing.
Right.
And I admire the discipline that athletes have to have in order to get to the top. When you see all these boxers or UFC fighters, it's taken them years in the making to get there, or basketball players or whoever, and that's part of mindset, is your discipline as well. And if we don't develop that discipline, then we're not going to make our goals come true. And something that the quote that you were saying, there's another quote that goes, goals without a plan are only dreams.
There you
So
go. There you go. Yeah, that's that's the one.
yeah, so I love that. Quick pause, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Own It. This is your feature hour with me, that Cuban girl. I have been in the entertainment industry for the last 10 years, doing a little bit of everything, you name it. But the whole intention behind the show Own It here on the streaming platform is to bring all of that stuff I've learned in the entertainment industry here to the streaming platform to you guys, whether you're a streamer, it doesn't matter if you're not a streamer. My intention with the show is that you learn how to really own the uniqueness of who you are and implement that into your everyday life ultimately, and so we can all connect as well. Please feel free to connect with me outside of here. And I'm talking to DJ Swift, and he's been also in the entertainment industry. So when it comes to that, DJ, I want to ask you, like, what has been your biggest take when it comes to being a DJ outside, like in the radio and everything, and then bringing all of that knowledge into the streaming? Like, how is it different? How are the two worlds different?
Um,
And how do you bring them together?
how do I bring them together? So, with DJing, there's a lot of marketing promotions, a lot of behind the scenes to make all these events happen. And as I progressed on the app, and I would say I stream, but I don't stream as often as most. So usually will catch me in someone else's stream DJing. So when I go into someone's stream, I also think about the promotion side of it. Like, how can I, part of my packages that I offer and I present to clients are that, hey, if you have a business, I can promote your business. Tell me things about you so I can talk about that during the stream while I'm DJing. So I'm very interactive while I'm DJing. So I think about the promotion side of it, putting the graphics there. When I have clients, and then also I have some people that have featured shows. So I give my feedback, or I just give my suggestions, because I've been there, done that, and say, hey, try this out, try this. Pay attention to your chat. Look at your chat. See, know your people. And that comes from my business side too, because I do sales and I deal with like analytics and data. So I'm always looking at the comments, seeing how the comments are going. Your bouncers, like getting to know your bouncers, knowing more about them, because those are the people that are also helping your stream. So I try to give anybody that I work with just that feedback, because again, we are live. We are live. Own it right here, 5 p.m. We're live. So it's real time. So we have to build on that screen. I'll hit the screen record, look at it again, and then just continue to get better. And then I actually will go into people's shows and just watch, and then I'll give them feedback as well.
Yeah,
And I
no,
can
we.
talk too. I'm a talker too, so you have
Oh,
to
I
stop me
love
sometimes.
that. I love that. I love having guests that are talkers, because ultimately the show is not about me, it's about you guys, and it's about just all of us sharing. So I love when you both today have been wonderful, because you talk a lot, and I love that. Um so no, I love everything you're talking about, and I can relate with all of it, because that's one of the what I'm a new streamer. I've been streaming only since I believe it was the end of June, just 2022. So I wish I would have started in 2020, but I didn't, because I didn't know about it. So for me, I'm a newer streamer, under a year, and like one of the things that my friends on here tell me all the time is that they like how much attention I give them, because I interact with them, and like if I could
Mhm.
say something to someone, would be always pay attention and listen to what the other people are that you're interacting with are talking about, because that's what this is, the live community. Like you said, we're live, right? There's no editing, anything can happen. Like, we need to interact. It's all about community connection, relationship building. um
Yes.
and it's also part of the mindset. Like, you have to definitely have that mindset of wanting to change, the not change who you are, but like within who you are, change the habits around the way you stream, or even if you're not a streamer, how do you do life? How do you interact with people in a better way where you can actually connect with them, you know?
Right. Right.
I love that. So so DJ Swift, do you have anything you want to plug in? Wait, you said you're a boxer?
No, no, no. I do. I'm DJing at a boxing event. No, no.
Oh.
I don't think I could get in the ring. I want to say I could when I go to the boxing events. I want to say like, hey, I could get in there for like 2, 3 rounds, but I'm like, you know.
Oh, okay. I was like, dang, he's a boxer too. Okay, okay.
No.
Love that.
So like for me plugging, so I'm DJ Swift Hands. You can follow me on IG. You can follow me on TikTok. My name is right there. It's Hands with the Z. You can follow my admin Sunny. She's booking me for all the events that are on the app. Favorite Brother Prime. You got Candy. That was in the comments. She does wind down Wednesdays. Um, Somebody that also I would give a shout out to is Smurfy. She's a top badge as well. She has pushed me. I've known her for a long time. She's pushed me on the app just to continue to hit that live button, keep me connected. And one of the things that we were talking about, how do I bring the outside DJ here, is because of the networking. I've met so many great people on the app and off the app. So bringing that and understanding music brings us together, and I use that music piece to bring everyone together because it's like one common thing. We all love music. So I use that, and then network again. Going back to the networking where Sunny is doing a cooking show. Prime does cooking, so I connected them to talk about food and just building relationships with others, so we can bridge that gap and have fun on the app. And again, that's it. I can talk and plug and promo. You know, welcome to welcome to that Cuban Girls Own It show, 5 p.m. every Tuesday right here. Make sure to hit the star top, fave her.
I
Awesome
love
show.
it. I love it. No, thank you. Also, shout out to Sunny. Everybody go favorite Sunny. Sunny, by the way, she was one of my guests early on in my show, and she's amazing. So everybody go favorite Sunny. Give her some love. She's very lovely. And thank you, DJ Swift. I really appreciate you being here. I'm definitely gonna be plugging in with you because it would be cool if you like DJ'd in my stream sometime, or
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah.
should connect after this. But I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna let you go. I don't know if you're available for like another few minutes to bring you back in the box. If not, it's totally okay.
Okay.
But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time as well. And yeah, everybody go favorite DJ Swift and follow him on Instagram and all the good stuff.
All right. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
All right, my loves. So we are now in the very end of the show. We're a little bit behind, but not really. We have a grace period, which is awesome. Thank you, Meet Me. Just thank you for being here, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the love, support, favorite hearts, everything, everything. I appreciate you all being here, taking your time out of your day to spend this hour with us on the feature hour here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. on the streaming platforms. I am that Cuban girl, and my show's name is Own It. And the reason being is because I want to help you all become the best versions of yourselves while I do the same for me, actually. We're all here learning from each other. So for me, the most important intention behind the show is so we can all own who we are and the uniqueness of who we are. And every week I have two wonderful guests and I have a topic for the day. And today's topic is mindset. So that brings me to the tips of the day today. And like I was mentioning earlier before, I took these tips from Kobe Bryant. Where are they? One sec. From Kobe Bryant, because I love the fact that that athletes are very disciplined, that they have to almost be like superhuman, to be honest with you, to get to where they are. But that's the beauty of who they are. It's their mindset. A lot of times they're very strong, yes, but their mindset brings them there. Not because you're strong means that you're gonna make it at anything, right? So one of the things that I heard from Kobe's video today was that you have to know what you want and what you're looking for. So it's very important to like know what you want. And also, if you don't know what you want, but if you know what you don't want, that also helps you, right? To know what you actually want in life. But you have to know what you want and what you're looking for, because once you know that, then I don't know what you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, the universal intelligence, like that's going to guide you and bring all those circumstances and all those things into your life, as long as you have a direction, right? And you know where you're going. So the other thing is have a role model. Like, he was talking how his role model was Michael Jordan, and he used to watch Michael Jordan, like he used to literally study him and study the way he moved and the way he trained. So like look for a role model that you really admire. I'll tell you, one of my role models in life is J-Lo, and it's going to sound silly, but I have reasons for that. And it's because she's Latina also, so she's a minority, right? Even though I'm not trying to be a singer or a dancer, I am an entrepreneur. I have my own beauty and wellness business online. I'm an influencer. I do all these things. I'm in entertainment. So I admire her discipline, the way she goes about life. So for me, J-Lo is a big role model amongst others, right? So look for a role model, like study how they move, what they do, what, the habits the healthy habits that they have. And the other thing is just have discipline. And that's exactly everything we've been talking about so far. It's just have discipline, have a direction, know what you're looking for, and practice your skills every single day. Whatever it is that you want to do in your life, practice, practice, practice. It doesn't matter if you messed up last year. It's not a mess up, it's a learning experience. So how do you, this especially because we're in the beginning of the new year, how can you make this year count for you? What are the things that you can positively change in your lifestyle to help you get to where you want to go? And also for me, another key thing has always been helping other people, serving other people, right? Because it's not all about taking. It's about, okay, so I have all these knowledge and all these skills. How do I bring it to other people so they can also get inspired, or maybe hear a tip that they haven't heard before? So for me, that is what I live for, and that's what I try every day to be better at. So with that said, thank you so much for being here. I'm not sure if Moore and DJ are still available. I don't know if they're still here. um if you, oh, Moore is here. Amazing, thank you, Moore. So DJ, if you have to run, because I know you said earlier you had something to do, that's totally okay. I appreciate you being here today. Moore, if you want to request the box for just 2 minutes, and have a quick 2-minute combo with me. If not, it's totally cool. Okay, he's here.
I'll very rarely decline an opportunity to speak.
Thank you. You sound like me. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. No, I really enjoyed the conversation I had with you earlier. And I wanted to ask you, if there was anything you wanted to, Sunny, you are free to jump in if you would like to too, girl. If you could say something to someone that's on here that maybe they have been thinking about streaming, or maybe they don't really know how to shift their mindset when it comes to that, like what would you tell somebody on here?
I've got some great advice for that, and it all comes down to purpose. And I think that while you can be successful on the app doing what's called SAC streaming, which is sit and chill streaming, there are some streamers who are successful at that. You'll find that the streamers who are the most successful are the ones that have some sort of purpose in what they're doing. And there's three different ways you can look at this. Most of us are on one of these three levels. And I got this from a very good friend of mine who's no longer on the app. His name is Gabriel, and he used to have a show called Make an Impact. But there's three different levels we can be on. And the first one, 1.0, is when we're in the passenger seat, right? And whether that is on streaming or whether it's in life, we're just in the passenger seat. We're letting things happen to us. Things happen, and our purpose is we're reacting. We're not really kind of in the driver's seat. We're just kind of along for the ride. And there's not really a whole lot of while you can a lot of people are very comfortable at 1.0. It's difficult to kind of achieve a next level of success when you're in that. The next level is 2.0, which was where we're taking more of a driver's seat. We're actually taking control. We're making things happen. We're making decisions. This could be at work, where you're no longer just a clog in the machine. You're actually making choices and making things happen, but you're actively taking control and directing and making, not only are reacting anymore, but now you're actually causing the reaction. You are in control. And the last thing is a building on that. 3.0 is not when we're not only in the driver's seat, but now we're leaving a legacy. We're making an impact. We're making a difference. So a lot of us can be at 2.0, and we could have amazing streams, and we're making things happen, and we're creating a whole lot of stuff around us, whether it's content or whatever. But what's going to be the impact after we're gone? After we're gone, is it what will be the evidence of that? So the 3.0 is not only are we in the driver's seat, but there's actual a difference. Something is better because of our interaction, because of what we've done. So I think that if you try your best to at least get out of 1.0 and try to get in 2.0, but if you can get to 3.0, where you're not only making things happen around you, but you're leaving a legacy, you're making a difference, then I think that can really, really, whether it's streaming, whether it's your job, or whether it's just life in general, really could put you in a good position to have a level of success that you want to have.
I love that. And it goes back to intention as well. I would call that intention. And from my own perspective, like, I always think about that too. Everything I do, it's like, okay, what's my intention behind what I'm doing? I heard this a while back from somebody, I can't forget who, but yeah, it's like, what's your intention in doing what you're doing? Because if you're doing it without any intention or direction, then you're just kind of like everywhere. Um, I'm going to allow Sunny in the box because DJ's not available. He's admin, and Sunny has also been my guest in the past, and I love her energy. So I'm going to let her just share. Wait, no, Sunny, I need to cancel request again, please, just for final thoughts. But I've truly loved talking to you today, More. You are totally amazing. I love your vibe and everything you stand for, and I can totally relate to you. Um, so yeah, everybody go favorite More. Please check out his streams, and let me do a quick I'm gonna do a quick little photo for Instagram that I always do. Yay. Thank you so much, More. I really appreciate your time and your wisdom, and thank you for being here. And I'm gonna see you on your show in March.
Yes, thank you. I can't wait. Y'all make sure y'all favorite her. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye, More. All right, so we have a few minutes. I'm going to allow Sunny in the box because she has great energy.
Hi.
Sunny, hello.
I always start smiling. As soon as they get red at the bottom, I get cheesy.
Thank you so much for being
How
here.
are
I didn't want to interrupt More while he's in the middle of his process.
You're fine. You're fine. How are you? And yet my DJ, and thank you for that. He actually is sick as well. That's why that his voice was a little off. He's actually sick as well. But he's everything for me. To me, he is everything. He is everything.
I love that. No, I really appreciate him being here. I really appreciate just all of the three of you guys being here. But I'm starting to be a little bit more spontaneous with the show because for me the whole the whole reason, the whole intention behind having a feature show is to all of us plug each other and connect with each other. And if there's someone who's I know has great energy and I've talked to before, then it's like, yeah, let's share. And I know you're very inspirational as well. And it totally goes with like what we're talking about today. So why did you want to get in the box?
I wanted to get in the box because when I was on here with you before, and the reason why I've been telling DJ, because he is very much into that, how I said, the marketing, making a plan, getting a goal, setting you this, checking this, refining this. And he's been on me so much about that since I've been doing admin for him, that he actually has done it so much for me that I have been offered a featured show. And it was just when we talked before and you were saying about how to present and things like that. And so it was just like it came a full circle for me to implement some of those things that we were talking about, me connecting with the DJ who've been so positive and so intuitive and perceptive and things like that. And then for him to be back on show with you again today is just like it did a full circle for me. And because he didn't really want to be on shows, I'm like, no, you're going to be on there with her. It'll be wonderful energy. She's all about positivity and planning and owning it, owning you, owning everything. And you're about the same thing. You do, you work in the entertainment field together. You're a ring girl. He does boxing matches. And it's just a wonderful thing. And I just want to tell you, I wanted to make sure that I said thank you for that, because I don't think there's any other shows that are on, especially not a featured show, that is actually getting on there just specifically for people to show what they own, how they own, what you should own. So it's just a wonderful thing. And for everybody to stay positive. Like Moore was saying, I love that, that original, that 2.0, that 3.0. I call it resetting. I call it a reset. And sometimes we have to reset mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, to do that reset. And every time you do that reset, you're going to come out with that. You will get to level 2.0. You reset, you'll get to 3.0. However many points you need to go up, you will definitely get it when you do those resets. Definitely will get them. And don't underestimate yourself. Don't sabotage yourself. What they call it, a self-saboteur. And is that what it's called? Don't do
when
it.
you self-sabotage, we all tend to self-sabotage in some shape or form. I'm so
Yes.
guilty of that. And it's all about like unlearning, right? Like behaviors that we've acquired throughout our lives. And like you said, resetting intentions. It's always something. But I know I Moore dropped so many nuggets of wisdom that I was like, I wish I had another feature hour.
I know. Because, we were talking about I said I was thinking about relaunching business. So I actually started doing my relaunch after I was on with you. And it has just been a wonderful experience, because when you get out there, you all were saying about the having someone you look up to, having a good team around you that wants better for you and that you can learn from. And I put it out there, and I ended up with DJ Swift Hands and marketing, somebody else that does marketing. My daughter is a graphic artist, so she's doing graphics. I got somebody in real estate, somebody in hospitality. And it's just when you put your vision out there, be ready. Because I tell you, after with you and I said I'm going to relaunch, I did that. And I said, we have a whole chat. I have a whole team. And it's just a wonderful thing, because somebody is there to help you and to help you achieve. And just be very careful, with somebody who just want to ride your coattail. But with somebody that's there and pushing you and pushing you and pushing you, that's a wonderful thing. So I thank you for the inspiration. I really do. My relaunch is set for next month. And I told him, I said, I was talking to her about relaunching, and I did it. I'm doing it.
I remember that. I love that. And, I'm so appreciative of your energy as well. You guys, by the way, if you're just tuning in, this is Own It with That Cuban Girl. We're still technically featured. So this is your feature show every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And this is a show where we all learn how to own ourselves and the uniqueness of who we are. Today, I had the pleasure of having 3 guests, unexpectedly, a third guest, which is Miss.
2 scheduled and 1 impromptu.
There you go, because this show is all about connecting all of us together and building community. And no, my first 2 guests were amazing, DJ Swift and more Miss Rav. So please just, favorite Sunny as well. She's great. She's been my guest before as well. And Sunny, before the feature hour is done, I do have to, Cowboy, hello. I do have to honor what I said at the beginning of the show, and that is that whoever is my top gifter of the stream gets to become my bouncer for the next week. So before the future hour is over, I would like to honor that, and hopefully they're still here because that's the only way I can do this right now. So my top gifters, according to my computer, I hope it's accurate, is Miss Kathy. She's my top gifter of the day. So she becomes my bouncer. And a number 2 shout out to let me see, the only Miss is it tall, sorry, it's getting cut off. Tall Miss Tawny, sorry. The only Miss Tawny is number 2. Miss number 3, More. Thank you, More.
More is wonderful.
I know, he's so sweet. I'm so excited to be in his show in March. And number 4 is birthday, January 24th. Number 5 is Samuel. Number 6 is Prime. Thank you, Prime, for all the support. Number 7, DJ Swift. Thank you. Number 8, Cowboy. Number 9, Thunder. And number 10, I can't really see your username. What is it? Jay. And number 11, Miss Sunny. Thanks, Miss Sunny. So, congratulations, Kathy. You become my bouncer. Yay! Thank you so much for supporting the show, Kathy, for being here, for, just showing up, girl. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cowboy. Thank you, Cowboy.
So, I love your energy.
I want you to plug in anything you have going on, Sunny.
Oh. What don't I have going on? I am back in these streets, as they call it. But tomorrow, one thing I do want to... One big thing is how, you talk a lot about networking and promoting each other. I found out about Chrissy DeDon, who's another streamer on the app. She wrote a book called Unheard. And I found out about that book, and I bought it it's a child's book, supposedly a child's book about being unheard, the unheard child. So I bought the book for my granddaughter, who just started reading really well, so she thinks she's a PhD now. So I bought her the book, and I read the book, and it's about just how people deal with and things that type issues they end up having from feeling unheard as a child, teenager, adult. And it turned into a 4-part series on my show that I do on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Taboo Topics. We talk a lot of the little hush hush, kind of hard, deep felt topics on that night. So tomorrow night is the finale of the 4-part. Top Badge Best Friend will be a guest. Top Badge Queen Bee will be a guest. Chrissy will be coming and closing it out at 10 o'clock, and we will have Tinder will also be a guest, and she's a PhD. So that's something that I'm really glad for, and how you said about the networking and supporting each other. Because Chrissy said, I thought this was just a little kid's book, but Sunny said it's more than that, and it is. So if nothing else, if you all can pop in on Tuesday nights, Taboo Topics, 9 p.m. Eastern. Look out for my cooking show that'll be coming out soon. It's going to be on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. And other than that, I'm just in a lot of auctions and other things like that as well. And I admin for DJ Swift Hand. So if you need him for breakup party, baby shower, Millie party, anything like that, just slide in my DMs.
I love that. Please, yes, connect with Sunny on Instagram. And that's Sunny, your show is in only 3 hours. So you guys, if you're available in 3 hours, Make sure you connect with her. Girl, I'm
Yeah.
on Pacific time, so I'm already getting good at all this.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
In my head, I'm like, okay, it's in 3 hours.
I live in Central, but I operate on Eastern. So I get confused every day. Every day.
Yeah. Well,
Every
thank
day.
you, Sunny. I love your energy. I appreciate you jumping in the box. Everybody go favor her and follow up with her. Thank you. So you guys, this is the end of Own It. This is the end of the feature hour today. This is actually the longest that I've done the show for, but I just love connecting with you guys, connecting with the community, and I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here today. I appreciate just your comments, your support, absolutely just your energy and just being here. I do want to ask you, please, if you do have any feedback about the show or anything you would like to message me about, feel free to DM me on Instagram, okay, at Cicely Marin. And it's actually, if you just click on my Meet Me profile, it should just take you straight there. But yeah, I am open to any suggestions about the show, anything you want to connect with me for. Yeah, just Instagram is the best way to do that. And make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel at That Cuban Girl, because I'm actually in the process of editing a video about streaming online. So be on the lookout for that. And without further ado, you need to badge. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, if you want to favor me, that definitely helps. I need 5,000 faves, you guys. So I appreciate you all for being here. I truly do. Own It makes me really, really happy and excited to be part of this community. And Cowboy, everyone go favorite Cowboy. You got Tub Batch? Oh my gosh, I have to talk to you about that. Um, Actually, I might just stay on. Cowboy, you want to get no faves? What? You want to get on in the box with me in the next like 5 minutes when we're not featured so we can talk. But you guys, yeah, thank you so much for being here, for being on Own It. I truly appreciate you guys just showing support. And I love y'all. Actually, Cabo, we'll talk later. Okay, I'm gonna tune in later on here. But I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me, and I will see you next Tuesday. Well, I'll see you sooner than that because I do stream pretty often. So just favor me, and then you'll get the blast. I love y'all. Bye.